I'm an R&B soul singer, but I love to really jump into all genres of music because I'm music.
Okay, good. Well, isn't that what your name means?
My name means I will sing.
Your new name is She's Music.
Abuses love. I'm running from insanity until I find you.
I knew Ashira when her name was Cynthia Mothersill, and today she's Ashira IsLove. Now we're going to get to her music in a second, but I want to talk about who is Ashira IsLove? I
am an artist, I'm creative, outspoken, but essentially a musician and music. I sing, and so what Ashira means actually is I will sing in Hebrew. It means I will sing, and it also means abundance, which is also awesome. So standing as Ashira, I'm a singer, I'm an artist. I really get to express more of my creativity and myself and my story.
Okay, because I remember Cynthia, she was a cool chick.
Absolutely, she's fierce.
Yeah.
She's fierce, so that person hasn't gone away.
And just so you know at home that Cynthia and I are paisans. We are both Haitian women and very proud.
Absolutely.
And I would like to get
So I say it to all my family and people out there.
By all means, have your conversation.
Absolutely. Can't help it, I'm from Brooklyn. You know, we do shout outs anytime.
But I'd like to get to your music.
Absolutely.
And you released your single, Never Alone. Let's get to the meaning of it. What was your inspiration behind Never Alone?
That song is really powerful for me. What happened was I took a huge leap. Before I even wrote the song, well actually when I wrote the song I was in this particular space, a dark space. I think we all still have this moment in space where we feel like, or at least I definitely felt like, I was the only one suffering or in the position that I was in.
Okay.
And so after really sitting and being still in that, I was pushed to kind of go to the piano and make this music that allowed me to really express what I was feeling. And
so you play piano?
Yes, I compose all of my own music. So I compose and I write it, and that's how that song
That's right,
came.
sis. Own it all. So let's talk about some lyrics.
There comes a time when things fall apart. And when they do, just let them. Because in that very moment, you'll find that even as things have fell apart, that you have an entire life force inside of you.
What was going on there?
Right, so that is exactly what I was speaking about in respect to the experience that I was having. Everything fell apart, you know. I made this huge leap to let go of my security, you know, my job, the things that seemed stable, and then here I was, and I was unsure of what was next. Everything just sort of crumbled. Even the relationship that I had just been in ended, so nothing seemed stable at that time. But when I sat there, I felt like, honestly, in that space of aloneness, I felt like I was abandoned. And I had to really sit and ask myself, where had I felt this before? And I realized in that moment that it wasn't about anyone else, it wasn't about anything else, but it was about recognizing that I had abandoned myself a long time ago.
Okay.
And that was in regards to what I love the most. So in that same moment, I was driven to go to my piano, and that's when I wrote this song.
You know what I find interesting? Every time I listen to your song, I find something new that I didn't hear before, that I can relate to just a little bit more. And then there's this one lyric that caught me the first time I heard it. I was like, ooh, this gave me goosebumps.
Addicted to pain, trying to live life the hard way. I'd rather be insane, thinking things will change when I'm the same.
So again, you know this, I'm a Virgo.
Tell them.
I am a Virgo, and you know, I'll speak particularly for myself, but in my own experiences, I find that I can be a bit stubborn, right? And even when I'm receiving guidance or support, it's like, you can't tell me any better. I know exactly what I need to do, but I'm getting the same results and complaining about the things that are happening in my life. Hence the lyric, you know, the idea, or what I learned from some of my great teachers, again, the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing, expecting different results. And so I was doing some of the same things, getting the same results, expecting something different.
Okay.
And one of the things that I found most healing about music is that it just totally allowed me to sort of lock in the emotion that I had. But rather than stay in this emotion of what I felt, I wanted to really show people how I move through it and how they can also move through it, which I think is a lot more radical.
Okay, wow. All that with your music.
Yeah.
What really hit home for me was that this idea that if you're a woman of strength, then you should be able to do it all by yourself. And why wouldn't you be able to rely on yourself and figure it out? But I'm realizing more and more, I haven't got it all figured out, that's for sure, but I'm realizing more and more that it's okay to ask for help, and actually you can get a lot more done when you ask for help and when you're not doing it alone.
Absolutely, absolutely. I believe one of the things that I also learned in this experience, and again with that same lyric in my music, is I also grew up in a home with a lot of powerful women. You know, my mom was an extremely powerful woman. I used to watch her do a lot of things, take care of business, and I really admired her for that. And so I took on that idea of, I can do this, you can't tell me any better. But that created the hardship and the pain, the belief that I was by myself. On one end, I'm saying to my community, don't tell me what to do, I know exactly what to do. And on another end, I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel alone, I feel abandoned. And so I realized in that same song that I have so many supports, and not just only the physical supports, but I think just also the support that sustains me within.
Okay. Okay. So you hear that, everyone out there, that you don't have to do this alone.
Yeah.
And we know what's going on, because we're living it with you. But you bring up, you know, handling your business and being around strong women. Let's talk about your day job. You're a public school teacher.
Yeah.
And you've been for 8 or 9 years. So, well, how does being an educator help you in your music?
I was pushed to do my music because of my students. They inspired me, actually.
Okay.
They inspired me. I'm very inspired by the New York City youth. They are amazing. They are amazing kids. And one of the things was that I found all the time I would speak to my students and I would tell them, absolutely, go for what you want. Go for what it is that you want to do. You can do this. There are endless possibilities. And then sometimes they'll say, wait a minute, Miss, you can sing? Wait a minute, why don't you sing for us? They would always encourage me to sing, and they'll ask me, why aren't you out there singing more? Why aren't you out there doing these things? And I found myself to be a hypocrite, because here I was asking my students to do the same thing that I wasn't willing to do. I wasn't willing to take the risks in my own life that I was asking them to do. And so I went ahead and made that leap, took that jump.
Ashira is a deep sister, and her music is beautiful. She inspires me to be honest with myself and with other people. And I hope this show inspires you to do the same. So speak up, be courageous, and know that you are never alone. Thank you for watching, and check out our other videos. And if you are inspired to do so, like this episode and share it.
I do.